Nigeria is currently sitting on a demographic gold mine that could transform the economy. About 60% of Nigeria's 200 million people are under the age of 25, and that number is expected to increase significantly by 2050. The abundance of young talent in Nigeria is alarming, but at the same time, it begs the question, are they fully utilized? Are the youth happy with the developments in their country? Nigerians all over the world in different human enterprises and sectors are celebrated and valued for the exposure and financial gain their craft has brought to the economy of the country where they reside. For example, Anthony Joshua, world heavyweight boxing champion, John Boyega, Hollywood actor, Maggie Aderine Pocock, who is a space scientist, Elvis Peterside, a professor of pediatrics and neonatology who was named America's best physician by the US National Consumer Advisory Board. These are just a few names in a long list of Nigerians in diaspora who have achieved success on an international scale in a wide range of fields. However, their careers were not established in Nigeria, they flourished abroad. This raises questions like, why not Nigeria? Why do young Nigerians see greener pastures abroad? And what's different over there that helps them thrive so much? Japa is a slang derived from the Yoruba language. Japa simply means to run swiftly out of a dangerous situation. To japa means to abort, run, avoid, terminate, retreat, or remove yourself from a situation if used in a sentence. More importantly, it means to emigrate. Almost every youth wants to japa from Nigeria, so you will mostly hear stuff like, I want japa go UK, I want japa go Canada, and similar stuff like that. There is a popular saying among the youth that the Nigerian dream is to leave Nigeria and tweet about Nigeria from abroad. The rate at which the japa mentality is sweeping across Nigerians, especially the youth, in my opinion, is taking the form of a pandemic. An increasing number of young Nigerians are looking to leave the country in search of a brighter economic future, and technology has aided individuals to pursue this dream. In a study by the World Bank titled Of Roads Less Traveled, assessing the potential for migration to provide overseas jobs for Nigerians' youths, Nigeria placed third in West Africa among the nations polled, trailing only Liberia, which was 70%, and Sierra Leone, which was 60% in terms of respondents who would relocate permanently to another country. The first wave of the japa mentality in Nigeria was in the 70s and 80s, faced with an uncertain future owing to military rule and a volatile economy. The Nigerian youth journeyed to the West, the US and the UK, while some left on a limb to Ukraine. Over the years, more Nigerians have departed the country in pursuit of their dreams abroad. Emigration may even be beneficial to the home country in the long run if citizens returned fortified with skills, experience, and hard currency to invest and drive development in the country. But to attract these human assets, the home country must be conducive and the government must be deliberate and visionary about its plans and policies for Nigerians in diaspora. There are various reasons why young people are seeking greener pastures in other countries and basically deserting their own country. Some of them are: number one, lack of proper infrastructure. The country doesn't have the necessary infrastructure needed to sustain young talent. For example, I have seen a lot of businesses and the young startups relocate to other places or die off due to lack of adequate electricity that they need to function. These infrastructures have to be put into place if young talents are going to be encouraged to stay. I had a conversation with a friend of mine recently named Chinedu, who is currently planning to japa to the UK. We were talking about how crazy it was that as a child we shouted "Up NEPA," and today, almost 3 decades later, we are still shouting "Up NEPA." Number 2 is bad governance. Some of the actions of the government have shown that they do not value the youth, which they are even charged to take care of. For instance, the way the EndSARS movement was handled is a perfect example of this fact. Who will see how that situation was taken care of and still fully believe the country has the interest of the youth at heart? Number 3, non-availability of jobs. Among Nigeria's economic challenges, youth unemployment remains the most formidable. 1 in every 2 Nigerians in the country's labor force is either unemployed or underemployed. In the first quarter of 2021, a report published by the National Bureau of Statistics, the NBS, on its website noted that Nigeria's unemployment rate has risen from 27.1% in the second quarter of 2020 to 33%. Aside from making it the second highest on global list, the National Bureau of Statistics report, going by analysis, shows that more than 60% of the Nigerians' working age population is younger than 34. Unemployment for people aged 15 to 24 stood at 53.4% in the fourth quarter and at 37.2% for people aged 25 to 34. The major problem facing young people in Nigeria has to do with unavailability of jobs. It is not uncommon to come across university graduates who have never been employed for 5 years. Every year, thousands of young people graduate from tertiary institutions and are pushed into a job market that does not have any room for them. With limited resources and competent skills to create their own jobs, they end up competing for the few available vacancies. As jobs and economic opportunities disappear, wealthy and middle-class Nigerians are increasingly sending their children abroad for university degrees, either to give them an edge in Nigeria's job market or allow them to compete elsewhere. Number 4 is insecurity. Insecurity has remained one of the reasons why so many youths desire to japa from Nigeria. The insecurity in the nation is growing at an alarming rate as each day passes by. The havoc being wreaked by rebellious individuals across the country is deadly. The Boko Haram insurgency in northern Nigeria has made more orphans, widows, and widowers through their bombings and human slaughters. Kidnapping also seems to be the new booming business among criminals in the country. Top and average individuals are being kidnapped for a ransom. Recently, bandits attacked an Abuja-Kaduna train, injured about 22 people, and kidnapped about 25 of them. One of the victims, who is a top government official, was released by the kidnappers for a ransom of 100 million naira. I also need to mention that stray bullets have ended the lives of so many promising youths. Herdsmen are also contributing a bad quota too. Many farmers have fled their farmlands for the safety of their lives. All this and more contributes to the insecurity challenges in the country. Number 5 is poor educational system. When discussing the education system in Nigeria, the first thing that strikes our mind is the frequent ASUU strike. Almost every student and graduate from the federal government universities have been affected by the ASUU strike in one way or the other during their time in school. Unfortunately, that's not the only issue with education in Nigeria. Others include poor funding, which leads to poor educational infrastructures, inadequate classrooms, teaching aids like projectors, computers, laboratories, and libraries, insufficient quality teachers, and generally a poor learning environment. It is not unusual to find Nigerians migrating in their numbers to other countries to search for jobs. The unemployment level in Nigeria is one of such reasons, and many other Nigerians just feel their lives would be better if they had a job in another country. One of the funniest things is that the most popular jobs Nigerians do abroad sometimes are jobs they would never settle for in Nigeria. Already, Nigerian doctors are known to leave the country en masse to practice their profession in a foreign country due to better living conditions. It is believed though that Nigerians who study in the country they want to work in find it easier to get a professional job when they graduate. Here is a list of some opportunities that young Nigerians seek abroad. Number 1, profitable minimum wage jobs. Like I said before, some Nigerians engage in jobs abroad that they wouldn't dream of taking in Nigeria, but who will blame them when the pay of those jobs are far better than what is available in Nigeria? A babysitter, which is mostly what we call a nanny here in Nigeria, can be earning as much as $12 per hour. The same thing for waiters and security personnel as well. Most young Nigerians abroad are also paid as home care personnel. Most of the time, they are required to stay permanently at the house to cater to needs, or they come to the house on agreed days to provide care. This is the way most young Nigerians living abroad earn a living, and most of them are able to take home thousands of dollars monthly by doing these jobs. Number 2 is high standard of education. Education is an essential part of our culture, which is why this is one of the first things on Nigerians' mind when planning to relocate abroad. Applying for scholarships and different educational programs so as to further enlighten themselves. Did you know that in the US, Nigerians are the most highly educated of all groups, with 61% holding at least a bachelor's degree compared with 31% of the total foreign-born population and 32% of the US-born population. Number 3 is high-paying professional jobs. If you're a professional in any field, you stand a high chance of making it abroad because there are certain professions that are being heavily sought after in some countries. The medical line is one of such areas. Being a registered nurse for many Nigerian women is the dream job abroad. They earn an average of $66,220, that is about 23 million naira annually, with top nurses making as much as $96,320, which is about 34 million naira annually. You want to ask yourself how much they earn in Nigeria. The search for ICT personnel is also on the rise these days. Nigerians who are skilled in this area can easily get a job abroad. If you're able to get a job in the United States, you will be able to earn as much as $125,000 per year. This is one of the most paid jobs worldwide, so no matter where they find themselves, they usually still earn well. The migration of these young adults affects Nigeria in so many ways. It also affects the nation that Nigerians are relocating to in various ways. Some of the negative effects of migration on Nigeria include loss of skilled labor. The most negative impact on the country is perhaps the fact that young graduates or skilled laborers and professionals leave to offer their services to other countries. In many developing countries like Nigeria, unfortunately, doctors, nurses, engineers, and very bright professionals are lost to other countries. Just imagine the vacuum that medical professionals are creating daily as they relocate abroad. This will definitely affect the health sector in the long run. Most young people that I know who are doctors all want to relocate out of the country. Another negative effect that migration will have on Nigeria is on its population and markets. Businesses do better with bigger markets and more buyers. A growing and healthy population often provides the needed markets for economic growth and development. If the youth leave, the population stalls, and demand for some goods and services will definitely fall. Encouraging the young talents to stay in the country and help improve it is extremely important for the growth of any economy. The truth of the matter remains that a lot of youths have much to offer but end up taking these talents abroad and making other countries reap it. Nigerian government and the private sector need to really begin to develop perspectives, projects, and jobs for the young people at home. The more these young people know that there is development in a good direction, the more probability they will stay in their country. The best way to do this is to invest in homegrown talent. Basically, what I'm trying to say is make them feel valued. Another thing is provide a stable and thriving economy. I know that this might take some time, but efforts should start being made to make Nigeria appealing to young talent. The availability of necessary infrastructures and a stable economy is enticing to everyone. So of course, if young people feel their talents will be put to good use in the country or they have a good chance of succeeding here, they will definitely stay, and this will even attract foreign investment too. I envision a Nigeria where people are trying to get in and not running away from it. It can be possible only if we take the necessary steps needed to achieve it. Thank you for watching. I am Isaac. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel for more content coming up. See you in the next video. Bye for now.